We are getting extremely close to massive WWE 2K22 reveals. All of that is said to be coming in January, but for now we do have some juicy extra details to discuss regarding gameplay changes and the freedom that we could be getting from all of it. A lot of addition to the creation and brand new report regarding the roster, what WWE superstars gotta go through, and some surprising new details on the process of it all. You guys know what to do. Hit those notifications and let's just get into discussing all of it. This latest reports come from FIFO Select, giving us that extra understanding of the process a superstar needs to go through. No specific names were revealed, but FIFO ended up speaking to some recently released WWE superstars, and some of the question involved their experience with WWE 2K22 and the process which they have to go through, some of which we know, but some of which were actually surprising. It looks like the amount of input into their in-game characters that wrestlers have is actually very significant, and WWE 2K do pay attention to all of that feedback and input. As the article indicates, they try to make their faces and moves look as accurate as possible using state-of-the-art scanning and motion capture technologies, which we broke a lot of that down previously, and we know that alongside NBA 2K they're using the same type of rig. Each wrestler had their face scan done. They will also do another scan if the wrestler has any specific tattoos to ensure that they are accurately depicted. And this one was a bit surprising and cool to hear. WWE 2K also sent these wrestlers videos of the motion capture to give feedback on the accuracy of their moves. We have known for years that a lot of WWE wrestlers are just not able to do their own motion capture due to their busy schedule, and also because WWE doesn't want to run the risk of them getting injured when they're already on television. This is why in a lot of motion capture videos, the wrestlers that we get to see in it are indie wrestlers or just top performers that are not part of WWE roster at the moment. But WWE 2K sending wrestlers videos of the motion capture and getting the feedback, getting the input on what exactly they think of their moves being performed is very cool, demonstrating that they're trying to get it as accurate as possible. Some extra information revealed: WWE 2K22 was apparently originally planned to have a very large roster of NXT wrestlers, but with the roster changes and the game not coming out until a couple of months from now, it might be unlikely that a lot of the original NXT roster that was supposed to be in it will make it into the game, especially of course if they have been released already. As they indicated, and I quote, "The plan originally was to include a robust amount of NXT talent, though we are unsure how many of the new stars will be added." So unfortunately, as of right now, the question remains on whether or not WWE 2K22 is gonna feature so many of the superstars that were released this year, not just from NXT but also from the main roster. There's literally like 60 plus superstars that at the beginning of the year we expected it to be part of the roster, but obviously as the year went on, all of that changed as WWE did so many set of releases. The good thing is that NXT does have a lot of brand new superstars, many of which we were not seeing on television 2 months ago, and since we still got some months before the release of WWE 2K22, maybe 2K does manage to scan a lot of these new superstars and include them in the game, even if it is hopefully as part of DLC. And who knows, we did get a glimpse of Buddy Murphy right next to Seth Rollins on the previous trailer, so maybe that could be a hint of what's to come, because certainly a lot of these released superstars were already scanned and probably signed some extra contract to be able to be in the game, and I guess the big question now is whether or not WWE will allow it. Onto some other extra information that I didn't get to cover here in the channel. There's some bit of extra details regarding creator superstars and also the gameplay and what we can expect from all of this. And credit to Smack Talks who ended up detailing a lot of this information and giving us the extra juice of more things to be be excited for. For the Creation Suite, WWE 2K22 will feature over 30k existing moves, as well as over 5k new maneuvers, which could come in the form of new moves, new OMG moments, new signatures, new animations, counters, combos, and so on. And talking about combos, that's gonna be a big part of the gameplay itself for 2K22. A lot of the gameplay overhaul was detailed by WWE 2K art producer Christina Deem, with her indicating the following: we have completely revealed gameplay to meet a frictionless standard of accessibility. That means intuitive attacks, combos, counters, breakpoints, giving you more options at your disposal, all while making it the most responsive controls we had to date. Our teams have also recaptured and retimed every single strike in the game, polished, grappled, and dives, and implemented new grabs, states, and branching for quicker action and more choices. All those choices lead to better setups, bigger attacks, and more dramatic breakouts and reversals. For less seasoned players, aka new players, our new combo system enables you to string together lethal moves with ease. Faster response times and shorter lockouts means the game plays faster and players learn a lot faster. End quote. So a lot of what I'm getting right here is that when it comes to the controls for WWE 2K22, it is going to be more simplified, it is going to be more accessible, which is great, but at the same time, with the brand new combinational grabs and everything else that they're adding brand new, the hardcore players are going to be able to have a blast with it and do a lot of the things that they want. And something that I gather from all of that is the freedom of the gameplay. Based on everything that was stated, it looks like we are going to a more simpler time, sort of like in SmackDown vs. Raw era, where the gameplay was simplified, but you could do a lot of crazy things because of the freedom that you have. And I'm hoping that translates to everything else, sort of like us being able to place a ladder, a table, whatever it is that we want to, wherever we want to, and do a lot of those extra crazy things because of the freedom. Fingers crossed that that turns out to be the case so far. Whatever we have been told of the gameplay overhaul, alongside the control, those feel very promising. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. That is all for now, but hit those notifications if you haven't to continue being up to date on everything WWE 2K22. I will catch you on the next one, so stay savage.